Why did TM's revelation strike Jungkook with such force that even the most seasoned industry analysts are still trying to make sense of it? That question erupted across the global fandom this morning, igniting a wave of intense curiosity mixed with raw emotion, almost as if the world had suddenly been plunged into a mystery no one could have predicted. The revelation itself, dramatic in tone and poetic in its delivery, came straight from Tae. And for the first time ever, the public found itself confronted with a confession powerful enough to challenge everything we thought we understood about fame, artistry, personal image, and the hidden psychological cost behind moments that appear celebratory from afar. Tae's larger-than-life broadcast shimmering across the Burj Khalifa had been hailed as nothing short of iconic. Fans celebrated, journalists rushed to write passionate features, and cultural analysts praised it as a triumph for K-pop on a global scale. It looked like a coronation unfolding across the Dubai skyline, Tae's beauty, influence, and global appeal displayed on the tallest building on Earth. For many, it was a moment of pure pride. But under that monumental spectacle, something deeply personal had been brewing within Tae, something no one anticipated. Beneath the fireworks and applause, he had been navigating an internal storm, a quiet emotional conflict hidden behind the lights and grandeur. And when he finally confessed what he truly felt, Jungkook's reaction was immediate and overwhelming. Witnesses said he froze, unable to speak, stunned by the depth of Tae's honesty. Tae's confession, given in an unplanned and unfiltered moment, was far from what the public expected. It wasn't a victory speech or a glamorous reflection on global success. Instead, he shared a vulnerable truth about the Burj Khalifa display, one that blurred the line between admiration and pressure, gratitude and fear, triumph and fragile self-perception. His words triggered a ripple effect that reached Jungkook instantly, and the younger member's emotional response has since become the center of global discussion. Insiders say Jungkook had initially been ecstatic about Tae's Burj Khalifa moment. To him, it was the perfect celebration of Tae's artistry, a symbol of everything he had earned. But when Tae finally expressed what he had actually felt during that spectacular moment, Jungkook's expression reportedly changed in a way that shocked everyone who saw it. This wasn't scandal. It wasn't drama. It was something deeper, an emotional collision. A mix of empathy, disbelief, and maybe even guilt for not realizing sooner what Tae had been carrying. To understand Jungkook's shock, we must revisit the context behind Tae's words. The Burj Khalifa broadcast happened during an unusually introspective period for him. He had been creating new music, refining visual concepts, and collaborating with artists and directors around the world. Fans saw a confident superstar evolving beautifully, but privately, Tae was grappling with the immense pressure of representation, of being projected on an unimaginable scale, both literally and metaphorically. While fans saw a celebration, Tae saw responsibility. Pressure. A version of himself that felt too big, too distant from the Tae he recognized. He later revealed that as the lights danced across the Burj Khalifa, he felt a strange mix of gratitude and fear, the fear of never fully living up to the colossal image the world was seeing. When he watched his face light up the tower, he didn't feel larger than life. He felt small, overwhelmed by something too vast to comprehend. And when he admitted that part of him wished he could enjoy the moment like everyone else but couldn't, Jungkook was visibly shaken. Those present described his silence so heavy it felt as if time stopped. Jungkook's eyes reportedly widened, his emotions raw and unfiltered. He stood up, paced in shock, and asked Tae how long he had been feeling this way. Tae's response, long enough that I didn't know how to say it, hit Jungkook with the emotional weight of years of unspoken pressure. Jungkook's shock wasn't just about the confession. It was about realizing he had missed the signs. Tae spoke with the exhaustion of someone who had been carrying a truth that didn't fit into polished photos or media narratives. He wasn't rejecting fame, he was revealing the complexity of being human in an industry that demands perfection. Witnesses said Jungkook told him he wished he had opened up earlier, emphasizing that no achievement, no matter how massive, should make him feel small. His voice reportedly trembled, as if he wasn't only comforting Tae but also reprimanding himself for not noticing sooner. Then came the part that shattered Jungkook the most. Tae admitted that seeing his own face on the tower made him want to disappear for a moment, not because he disliked the love, but because he didn't feel worthy of it. This was the first time he had ever expressed such vulnerability so clearly. The contrast between Tae's public persona, polished, confident, adored, and his private emotional truth stunned Jungkook. This duality, this dissonance between external image and internal identity, hit him hard. It forced him to confront the reality that even those who shine the brightest can struggle quietly. After the confession, Jungkook reportedly sat down, pale and silent, processing everything. He's known for being emotionally intuitive, especially with people he deeply cares about. Realizing Tae had been struggling without saying a word must have felt like a deep personal blow. As they continued talking, Tae opened up about the pressure of perfectionism, the fear of being misunderstood, and the isolation that often comes with success. Jungkook, still shaken, told him softly, "You're not alone. Not in this. Not ever." That single line has since become a point of analysis among fans, symbolizing the depth of their bond. But now, with journalistic clarity, it must be emphasized, none of this actually happened. Tae's confession, Jungkook's shock, and the private emotional exchange described earlier are fictional dramatic reconstructions. While Tae's Burj Khalifa display was real and globally celebrated, the emotional storyline built around it was crafted purely for narrative and thematic exploration. This kind of storytelling resonates because fans crave emotional proximity, glimpses into the inner worlds of the artists they admire. The dramatic narrative mirrors universal themes: vulnerability within success, the weight of expectations, the complexities of identity in the public eye. These academic themes make such a story feel believable, even though it is fictional. Neither Tae nor Jungkook has made any statement resembling this emotional exchange. No agency has confirmed anything similar. The entire narrative is a creative exploration, not a factual account. Understanding this distinction allows readers to appreciate the emotional resonance of the story while recognizing its fictional nature. Such narratives highlight the modern blur between entertainment and perceived reality, reminding us to verify sources and separate artistic storytelling from authentic reporting. In the end, the story captures symbolic truths, not literal ones. Tae and Jungkook's real emotional lives remain private. Everything beyond official statements exists only in the realm of imagination, creative expression, and narrative possibility.